have to understand that a lot of things have been done so far, and that can feel daunting. Like, what is my place in the world? How am I supposed to create in amidst all of what seems like very extraordinary content or almost overwhelming comparison? I've always been a fan of books, and so it's a great pleasure to introduce you to something that I read quite some time ago. Austin Kleon's Steal Like an Artist. It seems contradictory, stealing. Our culture has taught us from a young age that stealing is bad, but the truth is, rather, a truth is that everything's been done. All of this stuff has been created, and it's difficult to put anything new into the world. This book is permission. It's grace. It's spacious enough to suggest to you that there are still some rules yet to be written, and that deciding for yourself how you want to live your way forward in this all is key. You have to understand that a lot of things have been done so far, and that can feel daunting. Like, what is my place in the world? How am I supposed to create in amidst all of what seems like very extraordinary content or almost overwhelming comparison? But comparison is not in service of your highest self. Really, you're here to expand in a way that you've never known you had permission to. This book is permission. It's this idea that you don't have to know what you're talking about in order to start. You can be the beginner and just move forward in a way that can probably confuse at times, but also just illuminate a way that nobody saw before. That's the beauty of beginner mind. You know, writing a book that you want to read. There's all sorts of people out there. None of them are as unique as you. We need you. We need your special mix of magic and character and pace to see things that we couldn't see before, that I couldn't see before. I need you. I need you to be out there in the world creating your magic. We all do. This is just a good, permissive kick in the butt. And you know, where we are in the world now, it's hard not to default to a screen or some form of digital mechanism or medium. But we come from a long line of ancestors who, they got mud under their nails. They spent a lot of time in the field. They really worked the land. And it can be valuable and illuminating for you to get back to the earth. Get your hands on some soil or even just markers and paper. It's important to diversify. They talk about this in Financial Wisdom, but additionally, have hobbies. Have things that you're passionate about that you don't monetize. Be curious about the world and give yourself permission to just care about what you care about. This is super important because geography is not a limitation any longer. Where you are, thanks to the World Wide Web, you can get to anywhere else, to anyone else. You just have to be humble enough, curious enough, and perseverant, really. When you're doing so, be kind. The world's such a small place, and especially with the internet, anybody who's going to hire you or want to date you, they're probably going to Google your name. They're probably going to know some things about you that you may not want them to know. But at the end of the day, if you are honorable if you have integrity and you move from that place in the world, in your relationships with others and with yourself, you're probably going to find that the world is a remarkably welcoming place. And so one of the things that I love about where I grew up is 4 seasons. When winter is in its full thrall and there's feet of snow outside the house, the motivation to get outside it's tempered. It's modified. And that is an incredible time to get down to work. Put yourself on a limited schedule. You have to learn to say no. Erykah Badu says this wonderful thing. Evolving involves eliminating. And there are just things in the world that I know for myself, I've been so fascinated by so many different things, and I've spent so much energy and attention trying to get to know them better, that what I've ultimately done is blocked myself without going down 1 or 2 of those paths, instead trying to go in 10 different directions at once. It's a very different mechanism of growth. I'm not saying it's better or worse, I'm just saying it's different. And depending on what your goals are and what you hope to achieve, this book is a great poke. It's a great reminder that sometimes the easiest way to go forward is by stripping things away, getting rid of the noise, so that in amidst all that, you can really hear the signal. Your intuition, your inner beingness has information for you. It has a sense of where it is that you belong and what more you have to contribute to the world. And we need to see it. So get out there, be curious, be kind to yourself first and then to others, and figure out what you can let go of so that you can really get something great. Yeah, don't leave your longings unattended.